Okay. Now that we're back, with any luck, this will no longer be a problem once I get the new computer built. Soon. Soon. In the meantime, I did save, because I hadn't done that, like, since we started the game, so, you know. I think we cut out how many bald men practice his field of study, and Saito's like, yo, we need to hurry.
Sakiを急ぐぞ。疲れが出てきたら言え。
Alright.
Okay. I had to make sure Saito doesn't see me as a burden, so I tucked my strap and hurried with him. Shortly after, we reached the Terada Inn located in Fushimi. Is my father really here? The inn itself looked well kept from the outside, and Fushimi stirred in the background. I clenched my throat nervously as I approached the door, but I waited for Saito to instruct me.
向かいに茶店があるな。入ることとしよう。
Wait, we're going through the tea shop? Why didn't he go in immediately to snoop around? I had so many questions, both for him and father. However, Saito seemed very calculated, scanning the area since we arrived, so it felt best to trust in his judgment. We entered the tea shop around the other side, and Saito began scoping the Terada Inn.
Ugh, and I just can't seem to pronounce that word to save my life. The Terada Inn.
Saito led me to a seat near the shop's balcony, and he whispered discreetly in my ear.
寺田屋はもともと薩摩藩御用達の宿と言われていてな。そのためか、西国の老子が立ち寄ることが多いと言われているのだ。
From the west? From what I knew, the Choshu domain was connected to Imperial Ronin from the west as well. What does that mean for my father to be here?
わからぬ。単なる偶然か、あるいは。
Nah.
Oh no. Surely it's a coincidence. Saito looked at me but didn't respond. The possibility of my father conducting business in Fushimi now pointed to an implicit relationship between him and imperialists. But that couldn't be the case. My father explicitly told me he was visiting Kyoto under direct orders from the shogunate. Surely there was a reason for the confusion. But what kind of reason would he have being here?
とはいえ、会津藩お預かりという我々の立場を考えると、不用意に寺田屋に立ち入るわけにもいかぬ。故にあんたにはここで宿に出入りする客の様子を確かめてもらおうと思うのだが、構わぬか。
Huh? You want me to watch the inn? Saito wasn't my babysitter, but I'd appreciate some backup if something went wrong. Does Saito trust me enough for him to take his eyes off me? I didn't want to mess things up. Saito, ever the keen eye, spoke to comfort me.
俺は尊攘派の老子に顔を覚えられているかもしれぬ。ここで張り込みをするのは差し障りがあろう。 案ずるな。俺も近くで情報集めを行うつもりだ。何かあればすぐに駆けつける。
All right. But I'm holding you to that.
それでは頼んだぞ。
False mustache, yes. No one will ever suspect him.
Saito stood quickly and disappeared into the crowd, leaving me in my seat at the tea shop. I had to play the part, so I gathered my bearings and my new surroundings and I approached a customer visiting the shop for questions. For a second, I had to remember I was there for a mission, but it felt like I was a spy in a play. I gathered some intel from customers confirming sightings of a bald doctor of Western medicine who frequented the Terada Inn until a few days ago. Unfortunately, the leads ran dry for anything during the past 2 or 3 days. Huh. Looks like we may have just missed him. I braced myself for the possibility that the lead was false, but even still, it was discouraging to come up with nothing. This was no time to be upset, though. Maybe he would return to the inn after finishing whatever business it was that took him away. Longing for a loved one to return is like waiting for a wound to heal, where the memory of the time before the pain seeps into every moment after. With the approval of the tea shop's owner, I watched the happenings of the Terada Inn from the shop's balcony. Just then, a mysterious visitor approached me.
人間違うだが、誰かと待ち合わせか?
Huh? He caught me off guard. Had he been watching me? I turned around, nearly clutching my kodachi. He took a seat near me, staring at my hand as if to assure me from harm. Who is this man?
Not anybody we're dating right now.
He didn't look like anyone I'd seen before.
どうした?ぼーっとして。待ってるんじゃなきゃ誰か探してるのか?
Oh, I guess, you know. Might as well, right?
Oh, no. I shook my head, unsure if he could be trusted. You see, well, I'm looking for my father.
おう、親父さんを。って、何か訳ありみたいだな。
Yeah, this person is a spoiler. That's all we can say. He's one of the new bachelors, though.
話してみろよ。もしかしたら力になれるかもしれないぜ。
I'm not sure. I contemplated whether or not this man would have known my father, or even the possibility that telling this man would jeopardize me. However, any information he could have may help. My father visited Kyoto on a business trip, but he suddenly ceased communication with me. Rumors surfaced that someone with his likeness came to this inn, and I had to see for myself.
We actually did run into this guy way back in the first playthrough, when we were just picking decisions, and stumbled into Heisuke's route. So it's been a really long time. But we kind of accidentally found this guy. He has appeared in the plot in every route. That's all I'm gonna say. The rest is a spoiler.
あんた、東国の生まれだろ
Yes. I came from Edo.
そいつは大変だな。こっちの土地勘もないだろうし。
You remember who it is now, Dylan?
よし、わかった。俺も付き合ってやるよ。
Well, I... Are you sure? I would appreciate some help.
困った時はお互い様ってな。迷惑だって言われりゃどうしようもないが。
It wouldn't trouble me at all. It would be great for you to help me. Thank you so much.
俺はサイタに梅太郎って言うんだ。サイタニさんでも梅さんでも好きなように呼んでくれ。
Oh, okay. Nice to meet you, Saitani. My name is Yukimura. It's very nice to meet you.
雪村ちゃんな。名は体を表すなんて言うが、そのまんまだな。
You think my name matches my figure?
で、下の名前はきっとあんたによく似合う可愛い名前なんだろうが。
Buddy.
Well, cute is kind of a stretch. If I told him my name was Chizuru Yukimura, he might suspect me to be a woman.
Girl, come on.
まあいいか。女っていうのはいくつも秘密があるっていうしな。
She's literally the worst at this whole pretending to be a guy thing.
After he said those words, I gasped and covered my mouth with my hands. Wait a minute! Saitani! I'm not a woman!
いや、どこをどう見ても女だろう。それとも俺をバカにしてるのか？
I would never take you for a fool.
ま、こんな可愛い娘がうろうろしてたら、周りの男が放っておかないだろうし、男の格好してるのは正解だと思うぜ。
Thanks? The nonchalantness of his response made me practically faint from relief.
で、あんたの下の名前は何と言うんだ？
Thanks for the follow! Considering he's already figured out I'm a woman, I saw no harm in being honest with him about my name. But my name is Chizuru Yukimura.
なるほど。思った通り、あんたにぴったりの可愛い名前だな。
Gosh, he's so subtle.
You think so?
で、あんたはどういう男が好みなんだ？男と出かけるんならどういう場所がいい？
Slow down, buddy. We just got done with introductions.
Saitani, we're not talking about me right now. I thought you were going to help me look for my father.
あ、そういや、そうだったな。すっかり忘れてたぜ。
Saitani's talent appeared to be in engaging in seemingly endless conversations. Since he was the first person outside of the Shinsengumi with whom I'd spoken, I completely lost track of time. Luckily, Saito appeared to rescue me.
雪村、待たせてすまなかったな。今戻った。
Oh! Hi, Saito.
なんだ、お仲間が帰ってきちまったのか。そんじゃ、これ以上の手助けは無用かな。
Saitani stood up from his seat slowly, appearing dejected, as if I'd broken his heart.
それじゃあな。縁があればまた会おうぜ。
Ah!
今の男は。
I didn't realize the spacebar made it start to skip. Whoopsie. Sorry about that. That's what I was trying to do. Yeah, his color scheme is nice. He's decent looking.
それじゃあな。縁があればまた会おうぜ。
Date you later.
Oh, maybe. Before I could tell him goodbye, Saitani had wandered off. Saito focused on him, making sure he was out of earshot, and muttered quietly into my ear.
今の男は。
A dude that comes on really strong?
He snuck up behind me earlier. Supposedly his name is Saitani. How did it go, Saito? Were you able to find anything useful about my father?
それについては帰る道すがら話すが、期待はせぬ方がいいとだけ言っておこう。
Oh. I felt my stomach drop from his words, and I assumed it meant the lead was false. I clenched my fists tightly, fighting back angry tears. I couldn't let Saito see my disappointment.
待っていてくれ。今あんたの分の感情を済ませてくる。
Okay. Saito and I headed back to the base, and I noticed a group of fireflies grouping in circles as he updated me. The bald doctor staying in the Terada Inn was, in fact, someone different than my father, who just happened to match his description.
すまんな。わざわざあんたに伏見まで同行してもらったというのに。
Oh, please. Don't worry. Even though we learned nothing about my father, I was able to get some fresh air. That's nice. Still, I couldn't shake the worry for my father. Saito looked to me reassuringly, and his face lit brightly as he remembered something.
そういえば、先ほどあんたと話していた男のことだが。
Oh, you mean Saitani?
妙な男だったな。一見人好きするように見えたが、立ち居振る舞いには隙が全くなかった。
Huh. I guess I didn't notice. To me, Saitani didn't seem guarded at all, judging by how open he was with stories. Was something troubling you about him, Saito? He nodded in response, looking away from my face.
剣の心得がある者は目を見ればわかる。おそらく脱藩浪人の類だろう。この辺りで寝泊まりしているとすれば、薩摩や西国にゆかりがあるものかもしれん。
Yeah, thank God Saito notices literally everything because Chizuru's kind of dumb. Well, unobservant and too trusting and so on.
A Ronin, huh? He seemed too jovial to be a lordless samurai. His especially the ones causing trouble in Kyoto. From what it seemed like in our conversation, he was the furthest thing from a warrior.
何にせよ気を許さぬ方がいいだろうな。昨今の今日の治安を考えると用心に用心を重ねておくに越したことはあるまい。
Understood. I wonder who this Saitani man really was. My first adventure into Fushimi taught me many things, and I could only await what came next.
Chapter 2. We're just gonna keep plugging right along. Skippity, 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 skippity. I don't know, a bunch of shit is happening right now. She wants to go find her dad. Surprise. But we're gonna stay in the compound, apparently. And we see a very depressed Sun-nun, and he's sad and creepy, and we feel bad for him. Stuff's gonna happen. They're gonna go off to the Ikeda Inn. We're getting sent to deliver a message because shit gone bad. We're going with Yamazaki. Oh no, we get attacked. We're gonna tell Yamazaki to book it. He's like, no, I fight, you go. So we run like heck. We bump into the guys. We head to the inn. There be fighting. And of course we're going to follow Saito.
I watched Harada and his men as they ran around towards the back of the inn, and turned to Saito. Can I go with you, Saito? He glanced back at me and then quickly turned away.
俺の前には出るな。戦うのを守る。邪魔なだけだ。
Ow. Rude. But also not wrong.
It was even colder than usual, and I was suddenly aware of just how much of a burden I was. I'm sorry. Perhaps it would be best for me to stay put and be quiet so as not to cause anyone further trouble.
あんたに死なれても寝覚めが悪い。が、俺の仕事はあんたを守ることじゃない。
He sounded annoyed, but it didn't seem like it was with me. He looked toward the inn, his eyes narrowed.
突入する。各自俺に続け。
Then we charged into the Ikeda Inn.
She yells.
The warm coppery stench of blood hit me like a fist to the stomach. With a single blow, Saito dispatched a man near the door, his pace barely slowing.
斉藤君、来てくれたか。これは心強い援軍だな。
Kondo gave a grin as he spoke, then turned to split a ronin on his sword. With his free hand, he gestured at us to stay back.
俺は大丈夫だ。2階の掃除を見てやってくれ。
よう斉藤、残念だったな。美味しいとこはもらっちまったぜ。
今日は譲ってやる。
Nagakura came out from the back and he hung his exposed sword out and laughed in his usual way. Maybe he had one intense battle. There was blood all over his uniform and it seemed like his left hand was dripping with blood too. You're hurt!
切り合いだからな。そりゃ怪我もするさ。中庭に倒れてる平助なんざひでえもんだ。
That's not funny! Nagakura grinned at me as Saito began barking orders to his men.
この池田屋から誰一人逃がすな。手加減無用。手向かいする者は全て切れ。
Saito let our injured evacuate. His voice is steel and the grimace on his face betrayed his emotions. Oh. That was when I finally understood. It wasn't anger I saw in him. It was concern. He was worried for men of the Shinsengumi. The frustration of not being able to fight with them, of not being at their side. That was why he'd been in such a hurry.
怪我人の救護はできるか。あんたは医者の娘だろう。
God, I hope so.
Yes, I can! The words were out of my mouth before I realized they probably needed something of a disclaimer. Well, I mean, I can do first aid.
それで十分だ。頼む。
To me, it seemed only natural to care about one's friends. But I'd always seen Saito as distant. He hadn't struck me as the sort to care for anyone, so I'd never even guessed that this could have been the source of his frustration. The truth was, he wasn't nearly as cold as I thought. As I watched him dive into battle, his sword a light of hope for his comrades in arms, I wondered how I could have ever thought so.
So that was actually a new scene. That was not in the original, as I recall. Blah, 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 blah. This is just summarizing all the shit that went down at Ikeda. More stuff is happening. Oh, look, it's Iba. Don't worry, we didn't save all that long ago. I'm fine. We're gonna punch through the next decision point here, and then I think we will take a short break, because we're getting up to the top of the hour. And now there's just a lot of, like, going out on the rounds with them, and they talk about politics, and we don't understand it because we're dumb as shit. They offer to have us come along the next time they get called to duty, and we're like, sure, why not? And oh no, hey, we're gonna get to go do a thing because the Choshu are being bastards. Heisuke and Soji have to stay behind, and Sanan also has to stay behind because they're all in poor health. We get the runaround from the domain because nobody likes the Shinsengumi at this point. They're not super famous and cool yet. Everybody's mad. We've been marching around all day. We don't get to fight anybody. It really sucks. Hijikata gives a hell of a talking to everybody. And we go to the fighting. And now they're just dispersing and dealing with whatever. We didn't get to do even a single murder? Gosh, what a waste of a day. We're gonna save now. Alright. To Hamaguri Gate. Because that's where Saito's going, obviously.
I decided to remain at Hamaguri Gate with Saito. Before long, the rest of the Shinsengumi was gone, and it was time for us to begin our own mission.
まずは新選組の者として会津の責任者へ挨拶が必要か。
In all the excitement, I completely forgot that the Shinsengumi were ordered to stay with the reserves. Instead, we'd chosen to march to battle. Saito was probably right to try and smooth things over with the Aizu as soon as possible.
よろしければ自分が行きます。上層部も混乱していますから、今回の我々の行動を咎めることもないと思います。
わかった。会津藩の対応は山崎に一任する。問題が生じたなら俺を呼んでくれ。
Yamazaki bowed once, then turned on his heel and disappeared.
Not literally, he's not a magical ninja. He just probably walked away.
The area near the Hamaguri Gate was filled with warriors. I could see some men from the Aizu domain and perhaps some men from Satsuma as well. They appeared to be arguing over something. We'd been looking around to get the area to get the lay of the land when we sensed something unpleasant and went to investigate. That was when we found the confrontation between the Aizu and the Satsuma. What are they arguing about?
おそらくは手柄の取り合いだろう。愚かなことだ。
Oh. The words were barely out of my mouth when one of the Satsuma men noticed us.
何かと思えば新選組ではないか。こんな者どもまで招集していたとは。
Yeah, what of it, bitch?
やはり会津藩はふぬけばかりだな。浪人の手を借りねば戦うこともできんのか？
What? I could see the faces of the Shinsengumi stiffen, and more than one hand moved toward a sword. Saito, however, was implacable as ever.
よまいごとに耳を貸すな。ただ己の務めを果たせ。
He swept his cool gaze over the men, looking each man in the eye. They shifted restlessly, but their hands dropped from their swords.
己薩摩、我が会津を愚弄するつもりか！
His face was bright red, and his sword shook as he held it at the ready. If something wasn't done soon, the sword would likely start to spill blood. Before anyone from Satsuma could respond, a tall man stepped through them and out into the space between the two factions.
なんだ、貴様が相手になるか！
With a yell, the soldier threw himself forward, raising his sword to anticipate a deadly cut. Saito dashed forward almost too fast to see and stopped before the charging man.
やめた方がいい。あんたとそのものでは腕が違いすぎる。
池田屋では迷惑をかけましたな。確か東堂という名の青年にお相手いただきましたが、怪我の治りが良くないのであれば加減ができずにすまなかったと伝えてください。
Like, he's actually pretty polite and not a jerk compared to like his compatriots. It's just unfortunate he's real weird looking.
池田屋で平助を倒したのはあんたか。なるほど。それならば合点が行く。
Saito had even heard the man's apology. He showed no sign of it.
大方薩摩藩の密偵としてあの夜も長州勢の動きを探っていたのだろう。
The man simply shrugged and tilted his head to the side, almost quizzically. Saito took a step toward him. Ah! The tip of Saito's sword was only a hair's breadth from the man's forehead. He drew it so fast I saw no blur of silver as it left the scabbard. Unperturbed, the man glanced down at Saito.
あんたは新選組にあだをなした。俺から見れば平助の仇ということになる。
He shaved them off to confuse us. Hey, maybe you're right.
しかし今の私には君たち新選組と戦う理由がありません。
He replied as calmly as if they had been enjoying tea together. Saito said nothing and his sword did not move. Was Saito really that angry? I could certainly see why he would have been, but this was not the time to settle grudges. Still, he was a tough man to read. What was I to do?
Obviously we trust Saito.
Saito was also well aware of his duties, and was not the sort of man to allow emotion to compromise his decisions, as shown by ordering his men to stand down after being grievously insulted. I didn't know what it was, but he had a plan. He must have somehow sensed my decision because for a moment his eyes flicked to me, and he smiled.
俺とて騒ぎを起こすつもりはない。この場はあんたたちと目的を同じにしているはずだ。だが、侮辱に侮辱を重ねるのであれば、我ら新選組も会津藩も動かざるを得まい。
The tall man from the Satsuma nodded deeply.
こちらが浅はかな言動をしたことは事実。この場にいる薩摩藩を代表して謝罪しよう。
Saito returned the man's nod and slid his sword back into its scabbard. The Satsuma men seemed displeased with how things turned out, but whoever the tall man was, none of them dared to speak out against him. Now I understood what Saito had intended to do. By forcing the Satsuma to apologize, he had allowed the Aizu to save face. By directly confronting the issue, he had been able to avoid any bloodshed. Because the Satsuma man understood his intentions, he apologized. Regardless, I couldn't help but sigh, relieved that we avoided another pointless fight.
私としてもこの場での戦いは避けたかった。そちらが引いてくれたことに感謝する。
He bowed deeply.
私は天霧久寿と申す者。次には見えるとき、互いが協力関係にあることを祈ろう。
His introduction finished, he turned and walked slowly back through the ranks of the Satsuma, towering above them as he went. Saito, you never intended to fight him, did you? There was a short silence. Saito looked coiled inside himself, staring in the direction Amagiri walked towards before speaking.
居合で脅せば容易に引くかと思っていたが、あの者には俺の剣筋が読めていたようだな。
Huh? Saito practiced Iai, a sword style that focused on drawing a blade and striking in a single stroke. Amagiri made no attempt to dodge his blow. How would he have known that Saito had intended to stop just before the blow landed?
薩摩にも厄介な相手がいるようだ。話の通じる点は救いかもしれんが。
I wasn't sure if Saito was talking to me or himself, and before I could ask, he turned and walked away. We returned to the Hamaguri gate to await Yamazaki's return, but there was little else to do. After that incident, there were no battles. However, the tension remained unabated. Was it possible for the Satsuma and Aizu to find a common ground and coexist peacefully? It seemed like imagining such a world would be such an impossible dream.
Alright. Oh, right, we learn about these guys. I'm gonna save really quick. And I think we will take a short break right here to refresh on drinks and sundry, and then we'll probably go for like 1 more hour and call it a night. So, we'll be right back. Oh my heck! Thank you, Rude, for coming back for 6 months in a row with a sub. And yes, to all of you that are contemplating that Saito might in fact be a bit of a softie on the inside, you're not wrong. There's a reason I like him a lot. He's like a chill dude, but he's very sweet. And thank you. I have tea. All is well. If everybody's like situated and back, I can go ahead and we can resume. Right? A serious character who is secretly soft. Yeah, that's my jam. I mean, I do like garbage dumpster fire boys like Soji, but I really do like Saito a lot. My OG husbando. He is the one that I clearly was destined to be with because my random ass choices the very first time I played the game, as I've mentioned before many times, ended me up with him. So, you know. When Jess is making the decisions for Chizuru, Saito is who I get. Alright, let's go ahead and come on back. Alright, we're gonna blow on through this stuff. Saito does not end up with a demon arm, he just, you know, things happen. The demon arm is a thing that they introduced with the remake, so none of the original guys have any of that bullshit going on. Oh, we cannot skip this, okay. So this is a new scene.
Several civilian houses were burned during the rebellion. Kyoto needed to be rebuilt, but it looked as if the process would take a while. I did my best to look for my father while we were out on patrol, but try as I might, I couldn't find even a hint of his whereabouts. September 1864. Saito and his men had this particular shift, so I joined them. The heat in the city was almost unbearable, as if we were inside of an oven. There was a group of people sitting listlessly at the side of the road. I stopped. They'd probably lost their homes in the fire.
The fire being referred to obviously occurred during the rebellion. The Choshu set fire to like a whole bunch of things because they were jerks. Basically.
Saito? He turned around and looked at me placidly.
It's not summer in Japan until cicada noises. Yeah, no shit.
どうした？歩き疲れたか？
Oh, no. Nothing like that. I was just, hoping to talk to those people. Would that be okay? They might know something about my father. He frowned just slightly. Is that not okay?
いや、構わん。ただあまり時間は割いてやれ。それでもよければ聞いてこい。
Thank you. I jogged over toward the small crowd of people who looked up as I approached. Excuse me, but I'm looking for someone. He's bald and... talked to several different people, but none of them knew anything about my father. Was he even still in Kyoto? Could he have gotten involved in the Hamaguri Rebellion and lost his life? No, that wasn't possible. He had to be alive. I wiped sweat from my face and desperately tried to convince myself that it was true. Saito, who was walking in front of me when he suddenly turned around and spoke.
大丈夫か随分暑そうだが
Why, thank you, Saito. Oh, wait, that's not what you meant. Sorry.
Oh, yes, I'm fine. I didn't want him to worry, so I smiled brightly.
That seems like a way Saito might, you know, compliment us. You seem particularly hot.
そうか具合が悪くなったらすぐに言え無理をして倒れられても困る
Do you guys get the sense that this boy doesn't actually know how to express in words that he's, like, concerned like a human?
Of course. Thank you. I knew the only reason he was being so attentive was because Hijikata gave him orders to take care of me, but it was still nice that he was making sure I was okay. What about you? Aren't you hot? You're wearing black and you've got a jacket on.
暑さ自体は耐えられぬほどではないただ
Is what? He frowned almost imperceptibly and laid a hand on his sword.
今日の夏は湿気が多く気を抜くと刀が錆びてしまうそれだけが心配だ早く秋になってくれぬものか
He was more worried about his sword than himself. It must be really important to you.
己が身を守る爪だからな
Yeah, Saito's problem is not that he's not verbose. He's just extremely matter-of-fact in his mode of speech. He doesn't say things unnecessarily, and he's extremely, like, practical about what he chooses to discuss. He does occasionally have a moment of snark here and there, though. Usually with the other Shinsengumi, though.
As he spoke, Saito pulled up short and turned to look at the building in front of which we stood. It appeared to be a sword shop. He was staring at the sword on display, his gaze almost hungry. It was like watching a child who just discovered a new toy he couldn't resist.
Yes, new weapons.
Saito? He twitched a little in surprise and looked at me.
ああすまない今は巡察中だったな急いで屯所に戻らねば
He composed himself and walked back toward the rest of his men. You looked really excited. Was that a nice sword? He drew himself up a little as he began to speak.
備前長船兼光
So, a Bizen Osafne Kanemitsu is an old sword made between the late Kamakura period to mid-Nambokucho period, so like the 1300s, in the Bizen province. Many legends have formed about it and its uncanny sharpness. He's a huge sword nerd. Like, his one true love.
刀といえば備前刀、備前刀といえば長船という言葉もあるほど、備前には優秀な刀工が多い。今日現存する刀は備前刀が一番多いと言われていて。
Oh. He continued to talk about swords for some time. To be honest, I never saw him so talkative before. It seemed a little strange that swords brought him out of his shell, but it was nice.
どうかしたか。笑われるようなことを言ったつもりはないが。
My god, he just like unloaded on the sword knowledge with us. This boy.
もしや今の講釈に誤りでもあったか。
Oh no, not at all.
では何故笑っていたのだ。
What was I going to say? I should consult the walkthrough.
Oh. He's like, oh no, did I do a bad?
I don't really know much about swords, but I think I do kind of understand how you feel about them. I laid one hand on my kodachi as I spoke. I cherish my sword too. Saito's mouth twitched into a wry, genuine smile.
あんたもその子たちに惹かれているということか。
We're just gonna bond over blades, apparently. That's the basis of this relationship.
ならばその子たちも必ずやあんたの思いに応えてくれるだろう。
His tone was as flat as ever, but there was a look in his eyes that I'd never seen before. It was different from when he spoke up in meetings or issued orders to his men. I could see how much he cared about his swords.
さて、急いで屯所に戻らねばな。思った以上に時間がかかってしまった。
You're right. I nodded, but Saito suddenly stopped. I looked over and his face seemed strained.
今、俺が刀に見とれて時間を無駄にしたことは、その。
Don't worry. I won't tell Hijikata what happened. He seemed to relax.
そうか。俺もまだまだ未熟だな。タイムよりも己の興味を優先させてしまうとは。
Look, he blush. Boop. We're just gonna sit here with that for a minute. Because it's freaking cute. I told you guys he's really good. Hashtag swords for Saito? I don't know.
He hunched his shoulders and walked more quickly. Watching him made me think of how he'd looked when we'd stopped in front of the shop earlier. He'd been so excited, almost like a child. It made me smile.
どうした？何を笑っている？
Oh, nothing. Nothing important. Just remembering something.
何を思い出していたのかは聞かずともわかる。大方俺が店先の刀に見入ってしまい、タイムをおろそかにしたことを笑っていたんだろう。
No, silly.
No! I wasn't laughing at you.
弁解などいらん。先ほどの所業はあんたに笑われても仕方あるまい。これでも反省はしている。同じ過ちは二度と繰り返さん。
He looked away from me with an attitude that could only be described as sulking. It wasn't that I'd meant to mock him. There had just been something about his childlike glee that was amusing and cute, in a way. But no doubt telling him that would have only upset him more.
急ぐぞ。副長が屯所で我々の報告を待っているはずだ。
Oh, right. Saito was a quiet, taciturn man, which many people interpreted as a show of coldness. But when swords were the subject of conversation, he lit up. And he pouted when I mentioned this. It was a side of him I'd never guessed at, and something about seeing it cheered me up.
Yeah, maybe don't tell a Shinsengumi captain that you think they're being cute. I don't think that works in your favor. Oh boy. Boo. More stuff. We're handing out tea. They're talking about things. They gotta move to the temple. Oh, and this is where this douchebag and his brother get introduced. And now we're just like moping and trying to figure out what's going on, and yeah, seriously, all the like guys with fabulous hair are just the worst. We're just gonna return to our room and not investigate a goddamn thing. Bad shit happened, specifically to Sannan. He took the meds. We're gonna go to the inner courtyard, apparently.
Winds chilled the courtyard. The candle flickered. The air was still and the whole place was silent. It was hard to believe the chaos of the common room was only moments ago.
Sannan bleaches his hair. Check. Yeah, pretty much.
Saito stood in a daze, gathering thoughts as he watched the stars shiver in the distance.
中に戻っていた方がいいのではないか。ここは冷えるぞ。
I'm fine. I'm not cold. Saito stared at me. His expression was blank, and he seemed to be calculating. But alas, he simply looked back to the sky.
剣に生きる者にとって、己が腕は生きる意味そのもの。それを失ってしまえば、自ら命を絶つのもまた道理か。
Yeah, Chizuru waxes poetic on a bunch of bullshit sometimes. It's charming at first, but after a while it gets old.
I saw the white air of Saito's breath as he muttered to himself.
だが、あの薬に手を出すほど追い詰められているとは思わなかった。今まで我々が見ていたのは、あくまでも三男さんの一部に過ぎなかったということだろうな。
Saito wasn't the best at expressing how he felt, but it was clear his words were tinged with pain. I could sense he was deeply remorseful for not being able to stop Sannan. What's going to happen to him? Between us followed a period of silence, and I was mad at myself for asking such a question. There was no way for Saito to know the answer. Soon, though, he quietly responded, and it was no surprise to see him become disengaged.
新選組の総長が狂ったことが公になるくらいなら、三男さんには死んでもらった方がいいだろうな。
What? My voice cracked, but Saito scarcely blinked. Could you live with that, Saito? If you were being given orders to assist with Sannan's beheading.
俺の解釈ならば、さして苦しませることなく、三男さんをあの世へ送ることができる。そうせねばならぬのなら、誰であろうと切る。それだけの話だ。
A chill grazed my spine, but not from the night air. I couldn't believe it. Is this what it takes to be a Shinsengumi warrior? He could probably kill me at any moment if it were called upon him. And I realized just how expendable I was.
だが、できるなら仲間は殺したくない。あれは寝覚めの悪いものだ。
The night I'd met Saito, I'd watched him kill a man whom he may have known without blinking. Or maybe that's how it looked to me. I thought him cold at the time, but I realize now how much pain he must have been in. There's no way it wouldn't be painful, moving together with hope of sharing a vision. Just then, I sensed someone approaching us. I gasped and turned around.
さっきから広間の方が騒がしいが、何かあったのか?
Oh, this is new.
まだ起きていたのか。
Also, I'm just going to assume that Saito is actually kind of short, because he seems to be shorter than, like, every other one of them, except for, like, Heisuke. Also, yes, Chizuru is not the most insightful character of anything, ever.
あれだけ騒がれてのんきに寝てられると思うのか?
Also, low-key still mad that Miki's not dateable. Anyway.
で、何があった? 他の連中にも聞いてみたが、要領を得ない答えしか返ってこなくてな。
Kondo made sure to tell us to keep Ito and his gang from finding out what happened tonight. How are we supposed to play it off? Panicked, I looked at Saito.
今の段階ではあんたに明かすことはできぬ。
おお、幹部の俺にもか。
俺とて事態を完全に把握しているわけではない。今の状況を下手に明かしてもいらぬ誤解を招くだけだ。
Smart, Saito. Miki isn't wholly evil, but has nice hair. I mean, true. He does have pretty good reason to hate us later, though, since we kind of murder his brother. And yes, I think the fact that they split the game into 2 games and Edo Blossoms ended up, like, having more room to breathe was really only beneficial for, like, Heisuke's route. Every other one, they kind of drag it out well beyond what it really needed. And it hurts a lot of characterization as a result.
明日になれば局長や副長が改めて説明の場を設けてくださるはずだ。それまで待て。
なるほど。
Miki shrugged at his answer and shuffled off without saying another word. Was that all right? Do you think Miki was satisfied with that?
そこまで愚鈍ではあるまい。かの者は伊藤さんの実弟だからな。
I thought so.
とはいえ、無用な騒ぎを起こしたがるたちだとも思えぬ。気は許さぬ方がいいだろうが、無用な警戒もまたいらぬはずだ。
So be chill, but not too chill.
Saito's reserved nature made it difficult for people to observe him, but he used this to his advantage and seemed to be astute when watching others.
何にせよ今は三男さんの無事を祈るだけだ。
You're right. Above us sang the wind of the gentle night, its song catching the ears of the star-filled sky.
I don't know how the hell they're related, to be quite honest. It is weird. And there she goes again. Maybe Chizuru fancies herself a poet. Lo and behold, Sannan has emerged. He's basically alive. We've moved to the temple. We're gonna give Sannan some breakfast or whatever. Oh no, his hair goes white. Oh shit, that was weird. We're patrolling with Heisuke. He's kind of sad about things. We meet up with Soji. Churololololo. We rescue a girl. Who is in fact not a girl. And Soji notices they look exactly like us. Totally weird. Definitely not going to bite us in the ass later. Heisuke definitely didn't notice that and had to be told because he's kind of got like, I don't know, I think he has like 0 facial recognition or something. Blah blah blah, they're talking about stuff. They go to the castle to do things. Chizuru goes with them and runs around and does messages. Oh no, bad guys. But look how pretty they are. Hashtag we're going to try and get, we're about to get almost kidnapped. Who knows? But look, they come and rescue us because of course they do. We're gonna stay. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Heisuke has face blindness, to be quite honest, with as much as he relies on us being dressed like a girl to recognize we're one. We're gonna stay!
I'm going to stay here.
雪村か。君は状況を理解していない。ここに残って何ができる？
A very valuable and valid question, Yamazaki. We're staying here because all the pretty guys are here. Yourself included. But somehow they have to explain it in the plot, and they don't really do a great job, but hey.
I know that staying here might not be the smartest idea, but when they called me a demon and told me to come with them, I still didn't know what they'd meant. I needed to know the truth.
君にも譲れない理由があるのだろうな。だが、それは俺も同じこと。
He's like, I admire your thinking. However, I have my orders, so I'm gonna carry you back no matter what.
副長の命を遂行する。それが俺にとって己を貫くということだ。
What? Yamazaki reached for my arm, ready to take me with him by force, but the gun Shiranui held was pointed towards Yamazaki.
へいへい待てって。お姫さんはここに残るっつってんだろ。
Also mad this guy's not dateable.
売られたのに邪魔してんじゃねえよ。
With his spear, Hanada tried to pierce Shiranui in the heart, but Shiranui easily dodged his strike.
時に拙速はコーチに勝りますが、知らぬいの手の速さも考えものですね。
Hey, hey! I love his random English.
そういうあんたも止めなかったようだが。
I know. His design is like weird. Even when you actually see his whole outfit, it definitely does not look period appropriate in the least.
Saito and Amagiri maneuvered nearly into striking distance of one another. Saito drew his sword and attempted to strike at Amagiri.
甘い。
Amagiri saw through his movements instantly and dodged the incoming blade.
くそ、なんなんだこいつら。
Alright, Hijikata, we haven't really heard you speak, like, at all because we've been skipping everything.
Hijikata screamed, his voice filled with frustration. I should probably consult the walkthrough before I do anything, but apparently we're gonna cry for backup. I wasn't helping at all. I was utterly useless in a fight and I knew it. What could I do then? There was only one thing. Yamazaki! We should go find Kondo! Just when I screamed that.
これ以上よそ者を立ち入らせるつもりはありません。
Amagiri stared at me. Then suddenly...
待て、貴様の相手はこの俺だ。
Saito's hand clasped the hilt of his sword as he walked slowly before Amagiri.
下がっている雪村。奴らの目的はあんただ。そこから動くな。
I responded.
Wow, two choices like right up back to back. Crazy. Why not yell the plan in front of your enemies, though?
Got it. I took a few steps back.
それでいい。あとは任せろ。
聞いてはいただけませんか。
Amagiri's so polite.
金門の時と同様、私には君と戦う理由がない。
あいにくだが、俺にはあんたと戦う理由がある。
His voice was low and controlled, but I thought I sensed a current of tension beneath it. Saito then moved slowly to interdict Amagiri's approach. Was he protecting me?
あくまで邪魔をするつもりですか。いいでしょう。
The giant man flexed his hand, settling into a crouched stance. Saito's hand tightened on his sword. For several long moments, neither of them moved. The air was thick with barely contained intensity, and the ground could tear asunder, swallowing us. Seconds felt like hours as the two opponents regarded one another.
Oh, hey, look, new CG. We're just gonna enjoy that for a hot minute. She is real good at describing tension between battling men. And this is a very good CG. Dragon Brawl Z. Oh god. Honestly though.
A shadow drifted across the moon and the street briefly darkened. There was a blur of movement. When light returned, Saito and Amagiri stood some distance apart, backs to one another as if they met for a single blow and continued forward. I had no idea what had just happened. Their moves were just too fast to keep up with. A breath of wind stirred my hair.
今ので仕留めるつもりだったのですが。で、
Like, I think part of the issue here is that the way it's written is not inherently bad. It's that it's being written with, like, an omniscient style. But from Chizuru's point of view, which makes her sound unreasonably poetic and weird. Like, it's not really written with her voice or what seems like a reasonable voice coming from a teen, early 20s girl.
Neither man looked the least bit surprised or concerned that his intended death blow was avoided. Saito's eyes narrowed to piercing blue slits as he turned to face his opponent. Amagiri turned as well, matching Saito's intensity.
Yeah, exactly. Her dialogue reads one way, and then the narrative voice is completely different.
And they stood like that for a moment until Amagiri's glare softened. He didn't leave his fighting stance, but his arms dropped to his sides. I stood as still as I could. Both men stepped back, their fight clearly finished.
これ以上の戦いは無意味ですな。長引いて今日が乗っても困るでしょう。
それ、俺様への当てつけか？こう見えても引き際は心得てるつもりだぜ。今日が乗ると止まんねえのはむしろ。
Shiranui looked towards Kazama as he spoke.
確かにこれ以上の長いは無駄か。
Oh, right. I have to mentally readjust to hearing this voice come out of this dude now.
あくまでも今日は真偽を確かめに来ただけだから。
むざむざ逃がすとでも思っているのか。
虚勢はやめておけ。貴様らはまだしも騒ぎを聞きつけて集まった雑魚どもは何人死ぬか知れたものではないぞ。
That's an interesting way of looking at it, Ilsari. Never really thought of that, but you could be right.
Kazuma and his companions were no doubt powerful. His words held arrogance. We knew he spoke the truth. They left silently, fading into darkness. But as he did, Kazuma spoke to me one last time, his red eyes piercing me as they glared.
近いうちに迎えに行く。楽しみに待っているがいい。
No thanks.
He was far out of arm's reach, but his words nearly brushed against my cheek, cold and threatening. A shiver ran up my spine. I crumbled to the floor.
大丈夫か。
I'm fine.
お前、嘘つくの下手だな。顔真っ青だぜ。しばらくそのまま座ってろ。歩けなかったら俺がおぶってやるからよ。
Thank you. For a while, Hijikata stared deeply and harshly towards the darkness.
おい、お前、あいつらに狙われる心当たりでもあるのか？
I don't know, something about a demon and then blah blah. Yeah, I don't know.
I hesitated. They had said I was one of them. Kazuma had invited me to go with him. Not even telling the truth? I don't know. I'm not sure. There was really nothing more I could say. Word of this incident spread the ranks of the Shinsengumi quickly in another form.
おい、侵入者がいたらしいな。幹部がガン首揃えて何やってやがったんだ。
Oh look, it's the fabulous hair, terrible attitude squad.
侵入者？私は聞かされていない。間違った情報なのでは？
おいおい、俺が嘘を言ってるってのか？
嘘とは言っていない。君が勘違いをしていると言っているだけだ。本当にいたのなら、まず私に連絡があるはず。それがなかったのだから、偽の情報に決まっている。
Miki has no chill. And then there's Takeda who has all of the ego. And is basically saying fake news. I don't even have words for that. Anyway.
そうかよ。本当だったらただじゃ済まさねえからな。
Supposedly, they stormed to Hijikata's room, but he told them the incident of the intruder was just a misunderstanding. The only people that were notified of Kazuma's infiltration were only a handful of the captains. So in the eyes of the public, the infiltration of Nijo Castle didn't happen.
Blah, 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 blah. More stuff. She's worried about who the fuck she even is. This is the part where, yeah, everybody's all freaking out because there's this guy.
Oh, 俺の番だな。一丁頼みます、先生。
I mean, obviously we always have to stop for this moment, right?
どうすか？剣術一筋で鍛えに鍛えたこの体。
新八さんの場合、体は頑丈だもん。見てもらうのは頭の方だよな。
ああ？余計なこと言ってると締めるぞ、ヘスケ。
うん、長倉新八と。よし、問題ない。次。
先生、もっとちゃんと見てくれよ。
いやいや、申し分ない健康体だ。
I love that the doctor's just like, no, you're fine. Get out of the way.
新八、後ろが使えてるんだからさっさと終わらせろって。
そうじゃなくってよ、もっと他に見るところがあんだろ。鍛え抜かれた鋼のようなこの筋肉とか、仁王像みたいに屈強そうな体型とか。
There's the line. Why? Shinpachi, why? I don't know about this man sometimes.
診察は見てもらうものであって見せつけるものではない。さっさとどけ。
Yep, so onward. Yeah, Saito's face in the background of that is just so good. He's just like, why?
わかった。少し待っていてくれ。
Gosh, I'm sorry, Julie. You knew someone like that once? Yikes. Yay! Dr. Matsumoto is like a genuine good. It'd be nice if he could be our dad and not Kodo. They have an argument about the whole using of the serum thing. Nobody really comes to a conclusion about it. Now they're cleaning house because the doctor was like, dude, y'all are dirty. We smack talk and it's been cleaned. No thanks to Takeda. They decide, hey, cleaning is actually pretty good for this place. Maybe we should do it more often, but not today. LOLOL. Yeah, it's a super gross bachelor pad, basically. We are worried about Okita.
What were Okita and Dr. Matsumoto doing? Was Okita going to talk to the doctor about his cough? He was coughing an awfully lot lately. Now that I thought about it. Was he all right?
Thank you, Percy. You found one of my missing dice. He was knocking one of them around on the floor.
I decided to follow them. Huh? Unfortunately, I'd waited too long, and by the time I made my way outside, they were gone. I think they went this way.
おや、雪村君、誰かを探しているんですか?
Shimada, have you seen Okita and the doctor?
沖田君たちなら中庭の方に行ったようですが。
Thank you.
急ぎすぎて転ばないよう気をつけてください。それでは、俺はこれで。
Yes. Goodbye. I saw him walk off and it got me thinking. The courtyard. Should I try and catch up or should I go around back to reach the courtyard before they did? I ducked onto the narrow path that ran around the back, and I soon found myself at the courtyard. I hid myself in the shadows, waiting. Okita and the doctor appeared only moments after I hid silently.
結論から言おう。お前さんの病は老害だ。
Yeah, it's very easy to trip into bad endings in this. The choices were a little bit easier to telegraph when you only had literally 6 bachelors to worry about. I don't think you could possibly get through this game without a walkthrough now.
For just a second, my heart stopped. A shiver ran down my spine, and I suddenly felt very, very cold.
なんだ、やっぱりあの有名な死病ですか。
起きてます。
でも、面と向かって言われると、さすがに困ったな。
老害の一番の薬は西洋だ。新選組は離れて精のつくものを食べてゆっくり体を休めなきゃいかん。
それはできません。
そうせんと体は悪くなるばかりだぞ。今はそうやって平気なふりができても、いずれ布団から起き上がることすらできなくなる。
じゃあその時までここにいますよ。血を吐きながら、それでも刀を取ります。
Yep, that most traditionally romantic of diseases, alas.
なぜそれほどまでここにいたいんだね。
僕は新選組の剣ですから、ここにいることが僕の全てなんです。新選組の前に立ちふさがる敵を切る。ただそれだけなんですよ。
お前さんの覚悟は分かった。
Okita sounded cheery, but I was listening in a state of shock. Okita is going to die? I felt like I wanted to faint, but I stayed strong and remained standing.
先生、近藤さんたちには言わないでくださいよ。約束ですからね。
まあ、どうしても言えないことってのはあるだろうな。私もあの子に打ち明けていないことがあるんだ。行動さんが上位派の過激浪士連中と行動を共にしてるかもしれんなんてな。とてもじゃないが伝えられんよ。
The news of Okita's illness had me so scattered, I almost cried out at this new piece of intelligence. My father? Working with nationalists? There was suddenly someone behind me. A hand slipped over my mouth before I could react, and a freezing sensation made my spine shiver.
静かにしていろ。
It was a calm, cool voice that I'd heard many times before, although never from quite so close. Saito? My body relaxed. The body behind me was Saito, not some anonymous assailant.
そのまま動くな。掃除は気配に悟い。
I nodded my head as much as I dared. His hand over my mouth made me too nervous to breathe. Saito's presence next to me was silent and sharp, like a blade in the night.
Oh, and I guess, you know, hey, there's the whole CG. Is our boyfriend teaching us to be a ninja? No, he's teaching us just to not be a clumsy idiot. Because literally nobody else here knows Soji better other than maybe Kondo.
It seemed like hours passed before Okita and Matsumoto finally left.
斉藤さんの起点がなければ危ないところでした。
Yamazaki!
Oops.
How long was he? No. Something told me that would be a foolish question. He was probably watching the whole time. Sorry. If you hadn't stopped me, Saito, I probably would have given myself away.
いや、俺の方こそぶしつけな真似をしてしまってすまなかった。
See, he apologizes for, like, basically jumping us.
「掃除に気づかれずに済んだのはあんたのおかげだ。礼を言う。
Oh, no. Not at all. There was the briefest hint of a smile in his eyes as he spoke, and then it disappeared.
それで掃除のことだが、先ほど話していた病の件に関しては聞かなかったことにしてくれ。
Well...
He wasn't asking me to keep my mouth shut, per se, but rather to forget what I'd seen and heard had ever happened. But why?
あの方が病に倒れるとなれば、内外に与える影響が大きすぎます。それに、老師たちが勢いづくだけでなく、局長や副長にもご心配をかけるでしょうから。
He was right. Even I could understand that. But I couldn't forget the sight of Okita smiling. Even with the seriousness of this news.
病に関しては我々が対処する。あんたが気にすべきことではない。関わるなと言っているのだ。いいな。
At the end of the day, I was still only a guest. This sad reminder resurfaced once more. I may live among the Shinsengumi, but I wasn't one of them. Saito's words made that very clear. Suddenly I felt cold, as if a gust of wind blew through me, draining all the heat from my body. I was all alone.
Blah blah blah. He visits to constantly check up. And stuff. Choshu exposition. We're hanging out with Saito. We meet Sen. We defend Sen. Saito defends us. Turns out Sen didn't need defending. We make a new friend. Okay, bye. We're teaching these two noobs how to pour tea and make tea. He's gonna go teach these poor noobs how to fight with a sword. We go give tea to Kondo. And Hijikata shows up and they start talking politics and we don't understand what the fuck they're discussing. And now we're worried about things because that's basically all we ever get to do is worry about things. What things are we specifically worried about in this context? We are worried about the Furies. And Sanan shows up to be creepy. And gets like way too close and personal and tries to have our blood or something. the boys show up and rescue us. And then everything is fine and we're kind of scared and sad. And we move on to the next thing. We do some cleaning. We offer sweet potatoes to Kondo. He's too busy for that, though. More politics discussion. Yeah, the unfortunate situation here is that they make Chizuru into the typical main character where she has to be, like, clueless and dumb as a box of rocks so that they have an excuse to have all these characters expound on what's going on when they otherwise wouldn't. And this is apparently a new thing, so let's roll into a new scene. We're gonna save because it's been a while. And then I think this might be the last bit that we do for the night.
End of December, 1867. The year had flashed before our eyes, and before we knew it, it drew to a close. It put us in high spirits, having experienced a year without any major battles or incidents. As everyone began gathering to celebrate the new year, we discussed our hopes for what was to come, and we looked to welcome the season with open arms. Then, one snowy day in the middle of winter. It's cold. I felt its icy fingers trying to work their way under my blanket the moment I woke up. My breath puffed out in white clouds, and the light streaming in my window had an odd, bright quality. Was it possible? Oh, wow! I looked outside and gasped. A few flakes were still drifting down, but it clearly snowed much harder overnight. The entire compound was white. I had thought it seemed colder than usual, and now I knew why. Huh? Amidst all the white, there was a column of black. A person. Was it... Saito! I hurried down the steps. He turned slowly and looked at me.
あんたか。今日は随分早起きなのだな。
So have you. What are you doing out here by yourself?
先ほどまで道場で剣の稽古をしていた。
Of course you were.
稽古を終えた後、雪が積もっているのに気づいたから足を止めてみた。それだけだ。
He fell silent again and looked up at the sky, his face full of muted emotions I couldn't decipher. If you just finished training, aren't you, sweaty? I feel like you should dry off or you're going to get sick.
あんたこそ中に戻って火鉢にでも当たっていた方がいいのではないか。冷えは万病の元というだろう。
He continued to stare at the falling snow and gave no indication that he meant to move. I glanced down at his hands. The cold had already turned his fingertips red, but he either hadn't noticed or didn't care. Do you like the snow? He didn't speak, but from the look on his face I could tell what his answer would be.
雪というのは不思議なものだな。
He looked up at the sky again, a faint smile pulling at his eyes. Powerful?
美しいものも汚れたものもすべてを白く覆い隠す。
If we don't get a cute, serious boy in snow CG. Grr. mean, this is a nice image already. It's not a CG, but, you know. This is pretty good.
この風景の中に身を置いていると、自分ではない清らかな何かになれるのではないかと、
Oh no.
そう錯覚してしまう。
Saito.
Buddy.
He looked and sounded as somber and serious as he always did, but there was a small, satisfied smile on his face that I had never seen before. Eventually, he turned to look at me.
中に戻らんのか。この寒さの中、その軽装では冷えるだろう。
No, I think I'll stay here and look at the snow with you a little bit longer. He looked at me for a moment with an expression I couldn't read.
物好きだな、あんたは。
Well, thanks, dude.
He turned back around as the snow fell silently around us. He blinked and looked at me.
どうした？何かあったか？
Oh my god, these choices, though. Okay, everybody. Here we go.
遊ぶ？一体何をするというのだ？
Behold, we have confused him. Our plan, it works. I don't know what our plan is, but it's working.
Well, we could make a snowman or a fort or something. I guess a snowball fight wouldn't be very fun with just two people. His eyes widened.
雪だるまに鎌倉か。わらべのようなことを言うのだな。
Really? Am I that childish?
別に悪行のつもりで言ったわけではない。気にするな。
He turned around again, slightly more quickly than I thought, and looked at the snow.
だが残念ながら、雪だるまを作れるほどは積もっていないようだ。この雪もおそらく昼には溶けてしまうだろう。
Oh, yeah. I felt a little smaller. He seemed to like the snow so much, but I felt like there had to be something I could do to make him happy. Of course! Oh, do you want to make a snow bunny?
雪うさぎ。なんだそれは。
His eyebrows pulled down almost imperceptibly. Oh, come on. Don't tell me you don't know. When I was a kid, I'd make them for my dad every time it snowed.
過分にして聞いたことがない。
Then I'll make you one right now. Hold on.
いや、わざわざ俺のために手間をかけさせるのも。
Oh, don't worry. It'll only take me a second. As I spoke, I began to search the yard for berries and leaves to fashion its eyes and ears from. Saito didn't move and watched me silently as I trotted around in the snow. For a moment, I felt like I was a child again, walking through the yard of my old home in the middle of the winter. Before long... All done! Here you go. I picked up the bunny gently and carried it to him.
なるほど。これが雪うさぎか。
Oh my god. Look at this cute bullshit. I told you this was gonna be good. We're just gonna sit here and enjoy this for a minute. Local serious man startled by cute object made of snow. Also, shout out to Chizuru looking actually really freaking cute here.
He stared at the thing in my hands. Yes! Isn't it cute? Here, I made it for you.
差し上げると言われても、これをもらってどうしろと。
Oh my god, the way he trailed off is adorable.
He was visibly confused, which for Saito was saying a lot. Oh! You don't like it? I swallowed and started to step back, but...
Yeah.
He was silent for a moment, then...
手がずいぶん冷えているな。
Seriously though. He's like, but this isn't a sword. I don't know what to do with it.
部屋に戻ったら温めておいた方がいい。ひびや赤切れができるかもしれん。
Aw, he cares. The CG changed. Look at how good that is. Honestly, though, most of their relationship is just going to be a lot of this.
Oh. Until he spoke, I hadn't realized that our hands were touching. I blushed. His long, slender fingers were cupped around my hands. Even though the stinging cold of the snow, I could feel a faint warmth from them.
どうした？頬まで赤くなってきたようだが、霜焼けか？
Saito, buddy. No.
No, that's not it. With his deep blue eyes looking into mine, I felt very shy suddenly, and rushed to pull my hands away.
そろそろ中に戻った方が良さそうだな。あんたに風邪でもひかせては、副長に何を言われるかわからん。
Oh, right. He looked down at the snow bunny I had unceremoniously deposited in his hands when I withdrew, and smiled.
この雪うさぎは、ありがたく受け取っておく。
That is an extremely Saito response. I am pleased to receive your snow bunny. Okay, dude.
すぐに溶けてなくなってしまいそうなのは残念だが。
There was a hint of kindness in his normally flat tone. He He inclined his head to me, then turned and walked toward the main temple. As I watched him go, I could still feel the warmth of his hands on mine. The snow bunny remained on Saito's windowsill until the snow melted.
Oh my god. Kill me dead in my heart right now. Ugh. So gross. Frosty on the outside, softy on the inside.
Nagakura and Heisuke saw it and laughed. Who knew, they said. Saito got so excited when it snowed that he made a snow bunny. I guess he was a kid once.
Soft serve ice cream. Yeah, that's about right. All right. I think that's a really good note for us to end the evening on. So we're going to save. God, I need to remember how the controls in this game work. Alright, we're gonna go back and check out the gallery. I'm just gonna, like, find some other music, I think. Sure, why not? So there's that one. I don't know what the Y button is. I hate the gallery controls in this game a whole lot. There we go. So there's that cool shit. That one. This'n. And, there's the whole Snow Bunny picture. I don't know how to move on to the next thing. Oh, there we go. There we go, I figured it out. Look at that. It's so gross, I love it. They're super fucking cute. Do we get DLC for Saito here? We do. Alright, cool. So we'll have to remember to grab that before we move on to the next game. Probably tomorrow night. We'll see. Anyway, my good friends, I'm really happy to be back on a route over here that isn't liable to gut my heart too badly. Unless they've completely rewritten it, like I said. Cross your fingers that the Edo Blossoms effect does not fuck it up. But anyway, Saito is a good. I haven't played his route since I played the game for the very first time ever, so this is nice to come back to. So far, it's holding up in my memory as being pretty good. But I will be building my new computer tomorrow. However, I probably will not have it, like... I won't be using it yet tomorrow. I just want to construct it and get it going. But we will be back here tonight doing... Tomorrow night, rather. I guess technically tonight, because it's like super early in the morning. You know what I mean. We'll be back, and I will be doing more of this. I have a feeling we'll probably end up finishing Kyoto Winds tomorrow night. And then the following weekend, we will move on to Edo Blossoms, probably, and see where we end up there. And then, after that, we'll move back to Nightshade and we'll do Gekka's route. We're just gonna keep this chain of the sweetest, goodest boys rolling until we run out of them. Oh, Danny, stay tuned in the Discord and you will see the CGs of the good Saito stuff that you missed, because it's quite great. But anyway, friends, thanks for hanging out, as always. Heisuke's route again. You know, I would not object. Heisuke's route is great. I don't think anyone here would object if we redid his route. Anyway, I will see you next time, friends, and we will continue this goodness. Good night.